Good morning. Welcome to ONNtv Mornings with Luann and Tim. That's Tim over there.
That's Luann over there.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well today, actually.
Are you
Well, I'm
good?
excited. There's a lot going on today.
Man, and you have a weekend coming up with the WTF.
It's the launch of the WTF Festival this evening at the casino, and so we're starting 3 days of hysterical comedy here in Sault Ste. Marie. The festival is rare to go. So, and it's also election day.
It is election day. Do not forget to go and vote. We have a story in the newscast about the last push from all the leaders. So it's going to be an interesting day. We have our coverage starting at 8 o'clock tonight, and we're going to have some panelists join Tim and I, and we're looking forward to crunching the numbers for you and seeing how everything's going to work out.
It's my first time ever covering an election, so it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Yes, it'll be fun.
Well, you know, we had a meeting about it yesterday,
Yes.
and once I heard about how we're all going to sit and talk. And
Yes.
I mean, there's going to be these people are very knowledgeable. You've done elections before. You've done many. You've covered many elections
Yes,
in your
I
career.
have, yeah.
In your esteemed career.
My esteemed career.
And then we've got, professors from Algoma University, and we've got local politicians coming in to help us out. So I'm planning on learning a lot this evening about the process.
And we hope you will too.
So learn with me.
You know what's going on Twitter? Huge. You know how every once in a while a video just kind of blows up?
Yes.
There's
it's trending?
Yes, it's trending. The Dutch Prime Minister apparently was walking into his building to work, and it was one of those revolving doors, and walked into it and spilled coffee all over the place and asked for a mop. Started mopping up his mess.
The Dutch Prime Minister cleaned up after himself?
He did.
It'd be nice if the American Prime Minister did that.
I don't think he has enough time.
President. I just said American Prime Minister, and I'm covering an election tonight.
Yeah,
we're in trouble.
I'm scared. So apparently it ended up that all the staff, the janitorial staff from the building, all stood around him while he was cleaning it, clapped, and it's going crazy on Twitter apparently.
Wait, so was he having? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did he keep going around in the revolving door?
No, no.
That would be funny.
No.
He was like
Wouldn't
in the revolving
that
door, the
be?
mop going around and around and around.
But he's actually heard to be asking for a bucket at one point.
Oh, because he wants to.
Like he was like on it.
Good for it. Well, you know, when we first moved in here, I cleaned the urinals.
Yes, you did. He did. Yes, and you know what?
Right.
It was gross.
And you
got to do what you got to do.
You got to have a nice work environment. So
you do, absolutely. You know what else is?
Even if you're the Dutch Prime Minister.
Yes.
I wonder if he cleans urinals.
I bet you he doesn't.
No.
I'm thinking.
What else were you going to say? I interrupted
you. The FBI agent. Did you hear about this? This is on Twitter as well.
See, I don't even get to watch the news.
Yeah. Well, this FBI agent was at some kind of an outdoor festival.
Okay.
In the States somewhere, and he was like dancing and really getting into it, and then he did a backflip.
Okay.
And his gun fell out of the back of his pants, went off and shot a person in the thigh.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Wait a second. Does he must get in trouble for that.
I'm thinking. I mean, and he was not in uniform. He was in plain clothes. So.
Oh, he's an FBI agent in plain clothes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there's a lesson. Don't do a cartwell when you're packing heat.
No kidding, and don't let your heat fall out.
No.
Because then it shoots people.
Shot somebody in the thigh.
Like in the thigh.
Imagine if it hit somebody in that. There's a vein in there that's really important.
You know what? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
The reporters, of course, were talking to the guy who's at home now, and he's up on the couch, and his legs all wrapped up, and he's just, and they're trying to get him to be upset about the fact that an FBI
got shot
you
by
know
an
what
FBI.
He's like, you know what, mistakes happen, man. He said, I just want to heal and carry on. So the reporters went home kind of like, well, you're no fun at all.
I can't even imagine you just dancing around at it was a festival.
Yeah, and like you see the fire.
You will not get shot if you go to the WTF festival. I promise you that. We will not have any agents doing cartwheels.
No, you sure?
No.
Your security people are legit.
Security people, yes.
Are legit.
Valerie Plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she'll take you out. Don't mess with Valerie. Just saying.
So last night I went to visit Rosetta Sacoli.
Gee, I don't like that woman at all.
At the Marconi Cultural Club, because last night was the pasta e parole.
Now, what's parole?
Parole has words.
Oh, right.
And pasta is pasta. So it's pasta fagioli. Well, actually, she did meatballs and fettuccine, and then there was this amazing pasta that she did, because it was noodles with peas and pearl onions in this beautiful light sauce, and then a salad, and then the desserts.
Did you bring any leftovers?
No. But anyway, the meal was fantastic, but the best part of the whole thing was the company that I was with.
Really?
Well, because it was parole, the words were coming from Judge Ray Stortini, whose second book about Sault Ste. Marie and the West End and everything, like from the West End all the way to where he is out in St. Joe's area. The history and the storytelling, and he's got 2 books. And then also Dr. Frank Sarlo.
Yes.
Who got his doctorate after
because he had nothing else to do.
Being a lawyer for so many years. He has a book, Houndtown.
Yes.
Which I got a signed copy.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're so connected.
So Frank was there. They were honoring Frank, and also Rico Palarchio, who owned Rico's restaurant, Rico's Catering. He opened Paisanos. He's the original
Rico's.
The Rico who mentored every single restaurateur in this city. Went through worked through the ranks under Rico Palarchio, and he has a book out, Forks in the Road.
Awesome.
So all of these wonderful stories about Sault Ste. Marie, about our history, and these 3 Italian authors, all of Italian heritage, all from immigrant families, at the Marconi Club. Celebrating. Oh, it was a fantastic time.
That's so awesome. You know what? As you're telling me about the books, wouldn't that be an awesome present? Buy the series of those 3 books and more, anything that you can find on Sault Ste. Marie, and give them to your kids who've moved away.
Yes, and
right?
Anybody who has an interest in the hounds, and even if you don't, because this is an historical book. I mean, this is not just about the greyhound. This is about everything surrounding the greyhounds.
The politics of it and stuff.
Sault Ste. Marie and the history. It's good. I'm looking forward to the read. Absolutely, and thank you, Dr. Sarlo, for the signed copy. For the signed copy.
Did he ask about me?
Oh yes. He was kind of my next door neighbor. My dad's office was right next door to our house, but then he moved to Brockwell Chambers with his other law partners, and Frank rented the office building. So while I was growing up, Frank was working right next door to our house.
Awesome.
So I always saw Frank,
Such a nice gentleman, right?
What a sweetheart.
Just like even,
and Rico,
steady.
The stories that Rico has.
I bet.
From, restaurateur, and to everybody who was anybody ate at Rico's. So.
Yes.
And everybody who was anybody worked there too.
Yeah, really, for sure. That sounds so interesting. Good for you. I'm glad you had a good time.
And we have a great day coming up too. I've got guests coming up from Ride Don't Hide, which is a mental health awareness endeavor that's raising funds and awareness for mental health. That's coming up, and the TD rider is here with us because TD Bank does great support for things in the community. So they're very involved in Ride Don't Hide. And then this weekend is, in addition to the WTF Festival, it's also the One Act Play Festival at Sault Theatre Workshop, and we've got a couple folks coming in here to talk about that.
Awesome. So much culture in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
Awesome.
But there's nothing to do in Sault Ste. Marie.
No, don't tell anybody because, it's boring here. There's nothing
and the
to
cruise
do.
ships have come back. Yay!
Yay!
They started yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah, the first ship came in yesterday. I saw a whole bunch of them. I had to go to a meeting at the Bushplane Museum for the WTF Festival for the variety show that's happening on Saturday there, and there they all were from the cruise ship going through the Bushplane.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
Good to have you. So we're going to take a break.
We are. Okay, so we'll come back in about 60 seconds or so, and we'll carry on with Mornings with Luann and Tim. See you in a bit.
Around 5 o'clock last evening, a serious accident happened on Farwell Terrace. 2 individuals were taken away in separate ambulances. Witnesses say the driver of a Sioux yellow cab appeared to be in potential medical distress when he plowed into a parked car in the front yard of a home on Farwell. The witnesses also said that a woman passenger was supposed to be going to the group health clinic. Witnesses following the cab said that it looked like the cab driver hesitated, and instead of turning right onto Second Line, he went straight ahead, picking up speed. Crystal Ladatio, who's a nurse, was first on scene and offered medical support to both the cab driver and the passenger. Ladatio spoke with Sioux Online and said a woman carrying a child walked through the yard seconds before the collision occurred. The dark-colored vehicle pictured in front of the yellow cab ended up 30 feet into that front yard. The well-being of the victims is unknown. A co-owner of a Quebec City restaurant on the planned G7 protest route says the police have helped him prepare. Demonstrations are expected in the provincial capital as world leaders gather for the summit in La Malbaie, Quebec.
I'd say right now everybody's pretty much quiet. Here, all around, people are nice, they're chill, they're enjoying life. So right now, I don't really feel like people are nervous.
So far, so good. Maybe expecting something different in the next few days for the next 3 days.
We're just going to try to limit the damage. First of all, we're just going to clear all of our patio terrace to make sure they won't destroy anything. And then everything which is related to fire, we're going to try to clear everything away from stuff to be thrown.
We kept on the terrace outside only the chair and the tables, just to make sure. So there used to be some heaters and things like that, so we moved them away, so just in case. But beside that, we are fully staffed, hoping for good business days since it's the 3 best days of the week.
The Huron-Superior Catholic District School Board West Zone Track and Field Meet was held yesterday at the Joe Foreman Track. Led by strong performances in the Pee Wee and Bantam divisions, St. Basil's captured the team title ahead of Our Lady of Lourdes. St. Francis finished third, followed by Holy Family. In Bantam girls, Brooke Brazo led the Saints' domination by capturing 4 gold medals. Milana Perry claimed 3 firsts. In Bantam boys, Devin Morrow and Braden Coots led St. Basil by capturing 3 events each. In Pee Wee, Nevin Wing and Maddie Koprash from Our Lady of Lourdes each won 3 events as well. In the Adam girls division, Matea Bruni from St. Basil won 2 events, while on the boys' side, Hunter Thorkelson won 2 as well. Nathan Gazzetti from St. Francis French Immersion was a double winner. In the novice girls, Maya Stefanizzi from St. Francis was a double winner. Top performers in all divisions advance now to the board championships next Tuesday, June 12th.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. It's a little overcast out there, isn't it, Angie?
Absolutely.
But it's supposed to get sunnier as the day goes on.
It's been wonderful.
Well, you brought sunshine into our studio today, Angie Digasparro.
I try.
I know, from TD
Yeah.
Bank. Nice to have you with us.
No, glad to be here.
And Kerri Scheuermann from CMHA, Community Mental Health Association.
Yes.
Yes, and you're an intern.
I am. I'm the intern running the Ride Don't Hide event this year.
And that's what we're here to talk about. Ride, don't hide.
Yep.
So Ride, don't hide. Well, let you tell me about it. How long has Kerri? How long has Ride, don't hide been in existence?
So Ride Don't Hide itself has been in existence for about 7 years, but this is our 4th year running it in the Sioux.
Oh, okay.
So the whole idea of Ride Don't Hide is riding in plain sight to end the stigma, because when you hide, your mental health gets worse, but when you ride, you're out there, you're open about it, and we're eliminating the stigma surrounding mental health.
And so much of the stigma is what keeps people under.
Yeah.
It keeps them pushed down, keeps them marginalized, keeps them at risk, right?
Yeah.
So we need to get word out there that mental health, okay, so first of all, one in every 4 Canadians, I think, has mental health issues, and then I think every Canadian has mental health. So anyway, when is the event?
The event takes place June 24th. We're starting it at Algoma U.
June 24th. What day of the week is that?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday, June 24th. You started Algoma U, and Angie, you're riding?
Yes.
Have you ridden before?
Yeah, TD's been part of the ride right from the beginning when they started it in the Sioux.
4 years ago, you
Yeah,
guys
4
got on
years
board,
ago,
TD Bank?
yeah. So we feel really strongly about supporting Canadian Mental Health Association. We're all about health. Mental health is a big part of overall health. Getting outside and exercising is a big part of feeling good physically and mentally. So we've been happy to be part of it. Yeah, and I ride.
Do you?
Yeah.
So we're riding bicycles, right?
Yes.
That's why there's a bicycle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how long is the ride?
Well, this year
I mean,
we have
distance-wise.
3 rides. We have a 5K, we have a 25K, and then we have a 50-kilometer road ride to Echo Bay and back.
What? Wait a second. What? 50 kilometers?
Yeah.
To Echo Bay and back?
Yeah, I'm not doing it. But
Which one
some
do you
people
do?
want to.
25.
You do 25?
Yeah.
I'm spitting on you.
Spitting on me.
25 kilometers you do,
Yeah.
Angie?
Yeah, no, and that's that hub trail. So the full hub trail is 25 kilometers. So
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Lots of
then,
fun.
where do people sponsor? How do they sponsor you?
They can contact me at Kerri@cmhassm.com to sponsor us.
That's your email, Kerri,
Yeah.
Kerri.
Yeah, at
At-
cmhassm.com.
Okay, so that stands for Community Mental Health Association, cmhassm.com.
Yes.
And what about, can they do anything to the bank? Like if they come into
Yeah,
the bank, can they
we-
get information? What?
yeah, absolutely. We have
Any
a lot of
TD bank, would they
riders.
have the information?
Cambridge Mall, we have a big group. We've
Yeah.
got about 12, between 12 and 15. It
Just
keeps-
from
it
just
keeps
from your
changing.
branch?
Just from our branch.
guys
We
are
don't have anything
amazing.
confirmed yet from Station Tower. We're hoping to get a group from there.
Okay.
I do believe we have a couple. So, but yeah, anybody at the Cambridge Mall, we would have pledge sheets.
Pledge sheets, you
They
have
can
them
go
there?
online. Yeah, we're pretty
Go
dedicated.
online. Where?
Yeah, they can go online on the Ride Don't
To
Hide, and they can
rideon'thide.com.
actually pick the team that they
Ride
want to support.
RideDon'tHide.com, and you can choose a team to
Yeah.
pledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose a team to pledge, or if you're signing up as a rider, you can sign up as an individual or join a team.
And then so if you sign up as an individual, you can go around and get your friends and family to pledge you.
Yeah.
And this is not just about raising funds. This is about raising awareness too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where and now, interesting. I want to talk about where the funds are going in just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what about training for this? I mean, you're going 25 kilometers. Have you
Training?
been? Do you not? You just do it?
No, my training wheels came off a long time ago.
How long does that take you? The 25 all the way around the hub trail.
Just a little more than an hour.
You can go that fast.
It's not that bad.
It isn't, eh?
And there's a big long hill
Oh,
that
that
you can
helps.
coast. Yeah, no, it's good. No, it's actually it's a nice ride. Like the hub
Well, the
trail.
hub trail's gorgeous.
The hub trail is set up for all types of riding enthusiasts, so it's
Right.
not too tough or anything like that. So,
So you started Algoma U, and then do you go east and sort of up the Black Road area and then around, or how?
We started Algoma U and we go west. We go towards downtown. So then we
West.
finish when we come down
Oh.
Finn
yeah,
Hill.
you want to come down Finn Hill.
Yeah.
You don't want to go up Finn Hill.
You don't want to go up
No,
Finn
no,
Hill.
No,
It's
that's
a more
tough.
gradual climb if you go the west route.
Yeah.
Does that take you up the third line route?
I believe
Yes.
so.
That's so
Yes.
pretty up
Yeah,
there.
it's beautiful in there. The city did a wonderful job with the trail. They
They-
really did. Like that's class act. So
Right on.
yeah.
Now, okay, so how much in the past, do you any idea how much you've raised before, you guys? Or?
So last year our goal was $10,000 and we hit that. So this year our goal is $15,000 and all the proceeds are going towards enhancing our Talk Today program.
Now, the Talk Today program. Let's get into that then now. So, you choose every year, do you choose a different focus every year for where the funds will go?
Well, sometimes they just get spread out between all of our programs, but this year there is this focus on Talk Today.
Okay, and Talk Today is, tell me.
Talk Today is a program where we educate young athletes on mental health and train their staff and team for mental wellness.
So, when I first heard this from Kerri, before we got on camera, I was like, why mental health and athletes? I didn't get it, to be honest. I was like, okay, that's nice and everything, but what about why mental health and athletes? Tell me, because it makes total sense when you explain it.
So we have, for example, student athletes who are juggling both university or college on top of their career. And we know how stressful it can be to be an athlete. So this gives them the training and coping mechanisms to deal with the pressure. We also have, for example, hockey is huge in the Sioux.
Yes.
So we have a contract with the Sioux Greyhounds as well as the Sioux Thunderbirds, where we go in and train all of their staff and players.
CMA, you're talking about CMHA has that contract?
CMHA goes in. So actually all...
You do mental health?
Yeah, the OHL,
mental wellness.
we do it with every team in the OHL. And now we're branching into Junior A, and we just signed up with the Sioux Female Hockey Association.
To do mental wellness training?
Yeah, so we'll be
Great.
training
It is
young
great.
female athletes in the Sioux from ages 7 to 18, as well as...
Now, you talked about the juggling, which for now, any teenager, do you have kids?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have teenage kids?
No.
Not yet, eh? You're still,
No.
they're
Yeah.
grown, they're
Yes.
older than teenage kids?
Yes.
You look so good, Angie Digasparro.
It's the makeup.
But so as a parent of you raise teenagers,
Yeah.
the stress in their lives, I don't know if people actually understand what it's like being a teenager these days. The stress, they have access to way more knowledge than we ever had. The world has changed a lot.
Technology
and that
is
is
crazy.
put a lot more stress on our kids.
Yeah.
So this is wonderful that so not only the athletes trying to juggle their careers and also just going through what every other teenager goes through.
Yeah.
But then you also have athletes who maybe are having a difficult time with where they are in their sport.
Yeah.
Somebody who maybe isn't achieving as highly as they expected and has caused depression or anxiety or stress. You know, as you're trying to progress through the leagues and get somebody who has aspirations to be a professional player, and things are getting more stressful in that regard too. So even within the sport itself, the stress, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's too why we educate the trainers and the coaching staff and even parents if they're around, because a lot of the stress, even though they don't mean to put stress on you, like little things like that do.
Yeah.
So by educating everyone, we make it better for everyone.
Okay, I
That's
love this.
wonderful.
It is wonderful,
No, it is.
and it's great that TD's involved. So let's go back on information just in case people want to pledge or enter. First of all, let's go back to the Ride Don't Hide Ride is on what day? Sunday?
June 24th.
Sunday, June 24th. And they can register by going to
RideDon'tHide.com.
RideDon'tHide.com. They can find out about pledging for teams by going to
RideDon'tHide.com.
or also CMHASSM.com, because there's more stuff there, right?
Yes. Yeah, we have stuff on our website. We have stuff on Facebook.
Oh, you have a Facebook page too?
Yeah.
What's that one called?
I believe it's CMHA Sault Ste. Marie. We're pushing stuff out. We're doing a giveaway
Yeah, it's
right
all
now
over.
for
Yeah.
Ride Don't Hide.
Okay, and then they can also go into any TD branch
Yes.
and get information and
Yeah.
also find out pledge sheets to pledge your team.
Yeah, we're really happy to support CMHA. You don't realize how many crossover services that they do. Like, you think Canadian mental health, you know, there's mental health issues that are involved in grieving. There's mental health issues that are involved in even heart disease, trying to get out of, you know, a medical situation. There's work-related stress. There's school-related stress. It's like there's so many avenues that
Relationship
it covers.
counseling you also offer there.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have a
It's like
housing program now.
Okay, this is one thing that it just sort of touches everybody.
CMHA.
And
Mental health. That's what I said.
I'm
Every
really
Canadian
happy.
has mental health.
Yeah.
And we had one of our
I think it's
family
1 in 5
members.
was the stat that I was remembering. 1 in
yeah.
5 Canadians has a mental health issue. So.
Yeah, and one of our family members, our TD family members, went through, you know, a hard time, and we're actually riding on behalf of his husband. Our team is called Team Thomas. So that's our focus this year. We're really proud to do that, and you know.
That's a beautiful thing
Yeah.
for our friend. 'Cause-
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's very happy that we're doing this, and we're happy to do it, and we're always thinking about our fellow TD family members, so.
And the rest of the community as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Sure.
So if you want to register a team, there's still time.
Yeah.
If you want to
We
register,
have
okay, sorry, go ahead.
Almost 2 weeks left, and if you decide to show up the day of the event, you can register right then and there.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Write it out, go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Show up and register and ride.
Yeah, and there's a barbecue after, so even if you're not registered, the barbecue
for
is by
hamburger,
donation.
yeah.
Come get food, hang out.
Where's the barbecue?
I'll go with you.
So you end up back where you started?
Yeah, you end up back where you started, and then
Outside
there's
for a
food.
barbecue.
Yeah, it's from 11 till 1.
And this is also showing support, raising awareness, and getting the word out there.
Yeah.
That get rid of the stigma of mental health.
Yes.
We all need to practice good mental
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
CMHA offers the programs and teaches you the tools on how you can make your life better, how you can cope with the many, many issues that,
Yep.
that come up in our lifetimes. Walk-in services now, walk-in counseling happens every Tuesday. So without an appointment, if you want to talk to a counselor, if you have an issue that is urgent and you don't want to have to go and sit in a waiting room and take your chances, you can go to CMHA. It starts at I think 11 in the morning and goes till 7 at night. But the last appointment I think is about 5 p.m.
Yeah,
to get
I
to that, and you can just walk in, to the Queen Street
Yeah,
location.
just walk right
That's
in.
awesome.
Oh,
I
no.
had no idea.
I went for we went for partners counseling. We just did a
That's
walk-in and
great.
sat there and we got seen. You know what? It's just a little tweak to your relationship
Yeah.
once in a while.
And our counselors are amazing.
They are. It's just communication is so
I
important in a
always need
relationship.
somebody to tell me I'm more right than I already think I am. So if that's what happens, I'll be there.
It's a no. It's
No.
it's a great, and this is on Queen Street, right across from Fabricland, basically.
Yep,
just
386 Queen Street.
386 Queen Street. Thank you both for being here, Angie.
No, thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for
This is
having
great.
And thanks,
I love
Kerri.
this.
You love ONNtv?
Love
We
it.
do.
Well, now
The studio is amazing.
it is. And this is only half of it. There's another half of it. They did a
can't
beautiful
wait to
job
check
in
it
Take us
here.
on a tour.
Yeah.
I'll take you on a tour, and you know
Yes.
what? Anytime you
Can I
want to
come
come,
back?
anytime you want to promote, because I know TD does so much in the community.
Yes, we like to
Angie.
support a lot of.
If you got anything
Yeah.
going on you want to talk about, you come to see us.
I absolutely will
and
be back.
Kerri, I think Annette Katajamaki knows this as well. The
Oh,
door is
yeah.
always open to CMHA to come and promote any programmings you have here as well.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, so Ride Don't Hide, check it out, Facebook, their webpage, also through CMHA, or stop in and see Angie at the TD Bank in the Cambrian Mall and pledge their team or put a team together yourself. We'll be back with Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim after this brief commercial message. Stay with us.
Awesome, that was great. Thank you.
Chapleau Cree First Nation and Chapleau Ojibwe First Nation are pleased to announce the signing of an impacts and benefits agreement for the development and operation of the Borden Gold Project near the town of Chapleau. Gold Corp now has collaborative agreements in place with 26 First Nations in Canada. Under this agreement, Gold Corp recognizes and respects the rights and interests these First Nations have around the Borden project site, and the 3 First Nation communities recognize and support Gold Corp's rights and interests in the development and future operation of the mine. Gold Corp will also use environmental and health protections that combine innovation and the use of modern technology to develop Borden Gold into Canada's first all-electric underground mine, eliminating the use of vehicles powered by fossil fuels. The agreement also includes provisions for employment and training and business and contracting opportunities, along with a framework for regulatory permitting. A co-owner of a Quebec City restaurant on the planned G7 protest route says the police have helped him prepare. Demonstrations are expected in the provincial capital as world leaders gather for the summit in La Malbaie, Quebec.
I'd say right now everybody's pretty much quiet. Here, all around, people are nice, they're chill, they're enjoying life. So right now, I don't really feel like people are nervous.
So far, so good. Maybe expecting something different in the next few days for the next 3 days.
We're just going to try to limit the damage. First of all, we're just going to clear all of our patio terrace to make sure they won't destroy anything. And then everything which is related to fire, we're going to try to clear everything away from stuff to be thrown.
We kept on the terrace outside only the chair and the tables, just to make sure. So there used to be some heaters and things like that, so we moved them away, so just in case. But beside that, we are fully staffed, hoping for good business days, since it's the 3 best days of the week.
The Huron-Superior Catholic District School Board West Zone Track and Field Meet was held yesterday at the Joe Foreman Track. Led by strong performances in the Pee-wee and Bantam divisions, St. Basil's captured the team title ahead of Our Lady of Lourdes. St. Francis finished 3rd, followed by Holy Family. In Bantam Girls, Brooke Brazo led the Saints' domination by capturing 4 gold medals. Milana Perry claimed 3 firsts. In Bantam Boys, Devin Morrow and Braden Coots led St. Basil by capturing 3 events each. In Pee-wee, Nevin Wing and Maddie Koprash from Our Lady of Lourdes each won 3 events as well. In the Adam Girls Division, Matea Bruni from St. Basil won 2 events, while on the boys' side, Hunter Thorkelson won 2 as well. Nathan Gazzetti from St. Francis French Immersion was a double winner. In the novice girls, Maya Stefanizzi from St. Francis was a double winner. Top performers in all divisions advance now to the board championships next Tuesday, June 12th. Around 5 o'clock last evening, a serious accident happened on Farwell Terrace. 2 individuals were taken away in separate ambulances. Witnesses say the driver of a Sioux yellow cab appeared to be in potential medical distress when he plowed into a parked car in the front yard of a home on Farwell. The witnesses also said that a woman passenger was supposed to be going to the group health clinic. Witnesses following the cab said that it looked like the cab driver hesitated, and instead of turning right onto Second Line, he went straight ahead, picking up speed. Crystal Ladatio, who's a nurse, was first on scene and offered medical support to both the cab driver and the passenger. Ladatio spoke with Sioux Online and said a woman carrying a child walked through the yard seconds before the collision occurred. The dark-colored vehicle pictured in front of the yellow cab ended up 30 feet into that front yard. The well-being of the victims is unknown.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. So that was a fun segment,
Yes.
talking about the Ride, Don't Hide, and mental health and mental wellness, more than mental.
And such good
Illness.
initiatives towards mental health and the stigma surrounding it.
And that whole thing about the athletes and that stress that young athletes, this is directed at young athletes this year. That's the focus of the ride this year, is to bring attention to the mental well-being of young athletes and teaching them how to cope with the stress in their lives, trying to balance and juggle things, and really an interesting.
Well, I imagine
something that
too,
never even occurred
I
to
was
me.
never an athletic person, but I imagine if you are, you're pumped up to, be the best you can be and get to the next level.
Excelling,
and
and the pressure that's
and then
on
when
you
the
to-
level isn't there, what happens?
And then what about even just managing your schoolwork, possibly a
Sure.
part-time job, and participating in sports? Juggling that's a lot of stress on
Yeah,
a kid
it sure
who
is.
doesn't
And
have the
it's-
experience yet or the knowledge on how to cope and how to keep that balance in your life. So-
Exactly, and it's hard to be a kid enough as it is.
Yeah.
Let alone all of that stuff. Like you said too, the academics and the sports, because I'm sure if you're at a certain level of athletic activity, you're sort of pretty consumed by it.
Yes.
So academics might be kind of like, yeah.
I know on all those sporting teams I was involved with growing up. Choir? No.
Yeah, I did the choir too. I was in the choir.
Were you?
I was.
That's funny because you
Way in
can't
the back.
sing.
No, I can't sing at all. Can't sing. I was way in the back. Yeah.
Can't hold a note in a paper bag.
Nope. Can't even. If you gave me the note in a paper bag, still.
No, eh?
No, can't do it.
So I've got Harry Houston standing
Yes.
by and Elora Nelson from Sault Theatre Workshop to talk about the One Act Play Festival coming up
That's so cool.
this weekend.
Yeah, they're both so excited.
I
was
know.
listening to them chat in the green room, and they're just like, "Oh, and I love this, and I love this, and I love this." So it's very, very up and positive and optimistic.
What do you have plans for the weekend yet, or?
I don't think so, and I think that's a nice thing.
I think probably after this is going to be, because we're here this morning, then we come back tonight for the election.
Yes, right.
So I think you're probably going to need to just relax a little bit this
I
weekend.
think so too. I think
Yes.
it'll be time for me to just enjoy washing windows and
We-
laundry and.
What time do we go live?
8.
We go live for the election at 8. Polls close at 9.
Yeah.
And we should have results coming in by good 9:30. We should
Yeah.
probably have some pretty serious results in
I'm thinking that on a provincial level, it's going to happen pretty quickly.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so.
And I have to vote today.
Yes, so do I.
So-
Make time to vote.
Yes, make sure. Do we ever find out about this? Whether employers have to give?
I don't know if
employees
it's a law, but I know that you can heavily suggest to your superior that you need time to go and vote.
Right.
And that's aside from lunch or breaks or.
It is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's an important thing.
Polls don't close till 9 though.
9
o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if you have to go after work, it takes like 20 minutes tops.
Anytime I've gone to vote, you walk in the door, you walk to the
Yes.
table, you show your stuff, and you go and you do your thing, and
Right.
you're done. I've never had to.
No, it's
wait
no
or
time at
anything.
all. No time at all. And generally, it's in your neighborhood, right? So
I
if
didn't
you're
even
going
look
home-
on my thing where I'm voting this year.
Oh no.
No, I haven't checked. But you're right. It normally is in the
it's
neighborhood.
right in the neighborhood. You know,
Yeah.
they put everybody in the same spot, sort of.
Yeah.
And then you get to see all the volunteers, the scrutineers, and the people who go over there, go over here, go over here.
I
Oh,
kind of got a scoop actually.
did you?
Well, I think some of those people you can actually apply, and I think they get paid.
Yes,
To
I
s-
think so too.
So there's other elections coming up. So if you're interested in being involved in the elections, I don't know who you talk to, but look into it. Maybe you could sit behind the desk and do all that stuff and
Yeah.
make a little cash.
You know what? On Elections Ontario online for sure.
Well, see how
And
smart
then
Luann is.
Just go to Sault Ste. Marie and find out some more details about our next election, because that would be such awesome experience.
Which one is next? Municipal,
Municipal's coming up in the fall.
and then federal next year.
Yes.
Boy, this is a busy
We got
time.
so much to talk about.
I
Thank
know.
goodness for elections. Otherwise,
And the
we'd be
municipal
sitting
elections
here.
are going to be really interesting because we've got new people coming in and other people stepping down.
Yes.
Susan Myers is going to be with us this evening.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Susan's going to be one of our pundits this evening, and
Yes.
she has made a decision to step down from City Council, and she's going to throw her hat in the ring for the school board this year.
Yeah, she's such an active person. She's so
She's everywhere.
loves.
Every
the
time you go to an
community.
event in this city, Susan is
She's
there,
there.
supporting, promoting the city's
Absolutely.
representing the city.
Yes, absolutely. And we're also looking forward to talking to Dr. Gail Broad, and Trevor Cheer, who is a political science professor at Algoma University tonight. So lots of good things in line for you on local television.
On local television. I
And
heard
you-
a lot of local stories this morning. I heard.
Yes, tons. Yeah, there was an accident on Farwell Terrace that was a little scary.
A little
So,
scary.
yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
everybody's okay.
I hope so too. We haven't heard yet officially. But we'll have details as soon as we get them. And in the meantime, we'll be right back on TV, Mornings with Luann and Tim.
We are back, Mornings with Luann and Tim, and joining me now, Harry Houston. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Tim.
And Elora Nelson. Elora, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you with us, you guys.
I'm excited.
So now, Harry, I've known you since I was about that tall.
Yes.
You have been with the Sault Theatre Workshop how many years now, Harry?
Well, it's interesting you ask because I have an anniversary coming up in October.
Okay, what anniversary is it?
I started with the Sault Theatre Workshop in 1968. So I will have been with the Sault Theatre Workshop for 50 years.
Harry!
I know.
50 years with
Yeah,
Sault Theatre
yeah,
Workshop.
yeah.
Well, wait, the workshop itself is only how old?
Well, the workshop, we're
You are the old, that Sault Theatre Workshop is the oldest community theatre company in Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, definitely in Sault Ste. Marie, yeah.
Probably in Northern Ontario even, maybe, or
Well,
what, do you know?
Yes, at Ottawa Little Theatre. We were down there last year for the Theatre Ontario Festival.
Yes.
They're over 100 years old. Yeah,
Wow.
but Sault Theatre Workshop is in the stages of planning their 70th season.
Oh, I had no idea. It was
Yeah,
that many years.
Yep.
Can you imagine 70 years ago? What would it have been like? What year was that? 1902 what? I can't do the math.
1948.
48?
Wow. Yep.
Did you even have electricity back then, Harry?
Yeah, I wasn't with the workshop back
They
then.
did shows
No,
with the footlights, the candlelight. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Now, Elora, how long have you been involved with Sault Theatre Workshop?
So this is actually the first time that I've done anything with Sault Theatre Workshop.
Okay.
But I've been in the community for 3 years, helping out, doing lots of different things backstage and on stage.
Yes. Well, we worked together on Cabaret for Shot in the Dark Productions. And your daughter has been in a couple of shows now. She certainly did Anne of Green Gables. Was there another one that
Lion King as well.
Rory did, and the Lion King as well. So it's in the family, it's in the genes, as it were.
So it seems.
Yes. So Harry, this year the one-act play. This is a one-act play festival.
We call it we call it a one-act festival workshop.
One-act festival workshop.
Yeah, because the focus is on working with the actors and new directors. Very often we get our new directors, and this is a good way to train them.
To get them, they go.
Well,
through
they get a chance to try their wings as a director with a shorter play that doesn't take quite as much preparation, and then they have a professional come in and adjudicate and feedback on how they've done. So
You know, Elora's been in shows, so she's seen directors direct, and she's seen
Yes.
what they do.
Yes.
Is this your first time directing?
It is.
Okay, so there's a perfect example. So
Yeah.
you've seen what Susie Barber did when she directed, what I've done when I directed, what others have done.
Chetty has done,
And
yeah.
what Anthony and Chetty has done. So you've seen how we do stuff, but it's always a little bit unnerving when you think, am I prepared to actually do that?
Very much
The
so.
first time I directed, I chose to co-direct with Diane Wazinski because she
Oh,
had
yes.
more experience than I had. I just wanted someone to guide me through the ropes, which is exactly what the opportunity this festival and workshop
Exactly, yeah.
presents.
Well, the other thing that's made it really popular is that there's not very many opportunities for the public to see one-act plays.
That's
And there's a lot
extremely
of
true.
really good one-act plays out there. So when we can bring that in as well, and we've also have an original play this year.
Oh, really?
And we've had a couple of years where we've got brand new plays written by local people or out-of-town people. So it's another outlet, and it's another way of building the craft.
Are you doing an original piece or are you doing a scripted piece?
Scripted piece.
Scripted piece? That'd be a little much, I think, to do your first time
Well,
directing
Oh,
a
for
original
sure.
piece
It'd
too.
be a lot,
First
yeah.
time, it's a
Wow.
challenge.
So there's 3 one-act plays
Yes.
in the workshop festival.
Yep.
And they will all be back to back in one evening.
That's right. What we do is we have a brief 15-minute intermission between the plays
Okay.
so that the next play can set up.
Ah, wow. So you have to keep all this in mind when you are staging your play, choosing your play. You've got only this much time to turn around.
Yeah.
So you've got to bear that in mind when you're designing your set, choosing your props, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought that goes into this.
You have
So
to
much
keep it
thought.
simple. Keep it
Were
simple.
you,
Yeah.
were you surprised, Elora, at the amount of preparation that goes into it? Or were you prepared, or did you have a pretty keen idea?
I had some of an idea, but when I actually started doing it, it kind of is all-consuming. Like everything you do, everything you think about becomes the show. Like it's that, all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you decide? Now, what is the name of the play you chose?
So the magic shop.
The Magic Shop. H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's famous. He's famous.
Yes.
I didn't know that he wrote plays too. I thought he just.
Well, he didn't write as a play. He wrote it as a short story, and it was adapted for the stage by Richard France.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
The Magic Shop.
Yes.
How many in your cast?
9.
What? 9?
9 people, yeah.
Were you crazy?
I think so.
That's
Days.
for your first time directing. That's a huge cast. How did you get them all?
Actually, I was really lucky that when I held the auditions, initially there weren't too many people coming in, and then all of a sudden there were more people that came in towards the end of auditions, and it was exactly the number of people we needed.
Wow. Okay, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to do a second segment with you guys because I love this stuff. So stay with us. More with Lou Ann and Tim. We'll be back with Elora and Harry talking about the Sault Theatre Workshop one-act play festival workshop.
Yes.
We'll see you in a minute. So Harry, I want to talk about the layout of the weekend, sort of the agenda. So June the 8th, 7th, that's a Friday.
That's right.
So Friday night, the 3 shows. Now we've got the Magic Shop is yours.
Yes.
And then your daughter Randy is
It's
directing.
directing a play called Hope.
Okay. Is
And,
that?
and it's an original play.
She's doing the original one.
Well, yes, and it's from another town person that's wrote it. It's called, the person that wrote is Hayden Houston,
Who's Hayden Houston?
a relative. It shall remain.
We won't
That's a
disclose
nice
what the relationship is, but the last name sounds awfully familiar. All right.
All right.
So
All right.
So
And
it's
then-
called Hope. Yeah.
And then we have a group from Superior Heights, Anthony Cicchetti.
Anthony Achetti's got a group in.
Yes, he's bringing
How does
his
he do
class
it?
that
I don't know
did
where he finds the time.
If Shakespeare had Facebook. and what they do with a number of Shakespeare plays is just amazing. So.
I'm taking it. It's a
It's a
comedy.
lot of fun.
Oh
yes.
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 Good for them. And these are Superior Heights students that are working with
Yep.
Anthony on that one?
That's right.
And what about your cast members, Elora, from all over the community?
I would say so, and a lot of the members in the cast are actually fairly new.
Are they?
Yeah, a
We
lot
were-
of green people.
Yay!
It's
we want.
great.
Yes, we like to keep.
Absolutely.
Because with sustainability in this community, younger people tend to get involved in theater. Sometimes they get involved 14, 15 years old, even younger. But then 18 years old, they're off to college or university, or
Yeah.
then they have families, and you kind of lose them for a time, and then they come back
Exactly.
again. So it's great to get.
And
young
if you're
people
going to
involved.
have a theater group last for 70 years, you got to keep getting more people involved.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
So, what was the rehearsal process like? How often did you have to rehearse?
We were rehearsing about 3 times a week, usually for about a couple of hours at a time. And then as we got closer, it sort of ramped up a little bit more, and it's been like 3 hours, multiple days a week, getting everyone in so they can get comfy with the dialogue, get comfy on stage, and feel good about what they're doing and feel connected to the characters.
What about technically speaking now? So you've got quick turnarounds here. You got a show that's going in. It runs. What's the length of your one-act play?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So you got 30 minutes, but then the lighting designer has to get ready to do lights for the next show and then the third show. How much time do you get to work with the production team at Sault Theatre Workshop, or do you bring your own people in?
So I'll be doing the sound, and then I was lucky enough to have this young man named Evan coming in and helping out with the lighting, and Phil also helped to set it all up. And so they're trying to train another lighting person, which is awesome. And he's been
So
super
you're
helpful.
mentoring technicians as well.
Well, yes, we
cool.
tend to bring them all in, but what we do when we invite people to take part in the One Act Festival is we tell them that, keep it simple. Let us know what kind of special lighting you need so that everything is set up beforehand.
Okay.
So that we don't have to change lights or bring in big set pieces. We can, you know, try and keep it simple.
So this is the Friday night we see the shows.
Yep.
And then what happens on Saturday?
Well, after the shows on Friday night, we have John P. Kelly, who's our adjudicator. He's coming in from Ottawa.
John P. Kelly from Ottawa. Okay.
Well, actually, he's originally from Ireland. He's a great
is
Irish
he?
boy.
With
Yes.
a name like Kelly, who knew?
And he's been adjudicating plays for Theatre Ontario and a number of other regions around Ontario.
Exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is his 3rd year with us.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
You have a nice rapport with him,
he loves
obviously.
it up here.
He loves the Sioux.
So what he'll do is he'll give a brief public comments adjudication
The very night.
on that night. That's right.
A brief adjudication after all 3 are done.
Next morning,
Okay.
starting at 10 o'clock, we workshop with each of the plays.
You each get your own time slot with John?
That's right.
And we're going to, he'll get to kind of give us some tips and things on how maybe we can improve things. which is awesome.
Absolutely, and that's the whole point of this,
Yes.
is to learn, right?
Yep.
And so this gentleman obviously has a lot of experience, and that's his role as the adjudicator, and he's through Theatre Ontario. We know that he's very qualified. So you get to learn, and then you get to work on certain parts of the show, and the actors get to learn too.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's a great experience for everyone.
So that's a whole day then, obviously.
Yes.
Then what happens Saturday night?
Party.
Well,
Party.
party, yeah.
Yeah, at the workshop?
Normally, we have, with our one-act festival, we have 2 evenings of plays. We have 3 plays Friday night, 3 plays Saturday. This year, we had a number of people who had entered but ran into various difficulties and had to pull out.
Yeah, that
And
happens.
so we
Life gets in
wanted
the way.
to
Yeah.
we wanted to carry on with everything, so we decided to have a concert and a pub night on the Saturday night. So we have performers coming in.
Yes.
We have George Houston is going to do
Another
set.
Houston.
We have
George, for those of you who don't know, George is a professional actor and singer and musician, and Sault Ste. Marie is his,
And a
is his
great
home,
songwriter.
and
Yeah.
songwriter too.
Yes.
But George works all over the place, so he's going to be home for this.
Yes, and then we have Ken Jones with Fred McKee, and Ken is another local performer. He's done
Yes.
well, not only acting on stage, but he has a gig at the Moose Lodge and
Yeah.
a number of other places around town. And then R.J. Renner.
Oh, RJ's performing too.
Yeah, he's going to be performing
What a
as
great
well.
night. So it's a full weekend.
Yep, and then what we have on Sunday is
Oh, there's
that
more. There's
John
more.
P. Kelly is going to give one more workshop, a general workshop, and it's open to anybody.
Open to the public?
Well, it's open. It's a $10 fee if they just want to come to that workshop.
Okay.
And it is focusing on those magic moments in theater
Oh.
and how to create them and how to develop them.
On the Sunday. Now, is there a package available, Harry, where you can get
Yes.
everything for all in?
If they wish just to come to Friday night and see the plays, $25.
Okay.
If they wish to get a participant's pass,
Yes.
that gets them into all of the workshops, all of the plays, everything for $35.
Oh, come on.
It's a big
Incredible
deal,
bargain.
yeah.
Where do we go? Well, how do we find out? Sault Theatre Workshop?
Yes, they can call my number at home.
At home.
705-946-4081, and my wife will write down
Sandra.
the information.
Okay.
And or they can go to the box office at the station.
Station Mall box office, and you can also go online for that.
Yes.
So to get your tickets. So there you go. This is Harry Houston from Sault Theatre Workshop, Elora Nelson, a director from the One Act Play Festival Workshop going on this weekend. Check it out and stay tuned. We'll be right back to wrap up with Luann. Mornings with Luann and Tim. See you in a minute.
And as always, Mr. Murphy, an absolutely wonderful job this morning. Thanks so much for all that information. Gosh, Sault Ste. Marie's a great town.
Busy, busy, busy. Lots happening.
Absolutely. We'll see you back here tonight at 8 o'clock when ONNtv covers the election. I was going to say the debate. Not a debate anymore.
No.
It's an election. And we're going to give you results as we get them, and we'll have some conversations and some predictions maybe too. So stay tuned for that. You're going to be here, right?
I'm coming back, Lou.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we'll see you at 8 o'clock.
And we'll see you at 8 o'clock too. Because there's always something
On TV.